what about when it comes to fulfilling investor expectations? I'm sure that's something you'd want to talk about too, right? Like what kind of sacrifices you're willing to make if something goes wrong or whatever.
Sure. Usually up front when you're developing your PPM, your PPM is going to scare away all your investors. It's designed to scare people away and to say these are all the things that could go wrong. But in that PPM, you're very clearly discussing like what things could go wrong and what would happen. And most of the time it says, your operator is going to make best efforts to perform all of these things given everything within their control. But that ultimately you could still lose money. So, it will say whether, okay, well, what happens if you run out of money and you need to do things? What's the expectation? Do we expect the general partners to come up with the money? Are we going to do a capital call where all limited partners who have invested have to invest a certain amount, more to keep things afloat before we, chance having to go into forbearance or foreclosure? And if someone can't fund and they're asked to fund additional funds, what happens to their investment? Is it minimized and more shares are sold to the people that are putting in additional investments? Do we immediately have the right to buy them out? So the PPM is going to spell out for your investors exactly what to expect if and when things don't go as planned.